In World War II, the sky became the most unforgiving battlefield, where pilots fought at the edge of human endurance inside machines built for total dominance. As air combat evolved at a brutal pace, these 10 fighters didn't just win dogfights, they decided campaigns, shattered air forces, and shaped the future of warfare. Messerschmitt Bf 109. This was Germany's sharpest early war blade. Lightweight, fast climbing, and brutally efficient, it was designed to gain altitude quickly and dictate the terms of engagement. Serving from the invasion of Poland to the defense of Berlin, it was constantly upgraded to remain competitive against newer Allied fighters. Its narrow landing gear made takeoffs and landings dangerous, especially on rough airfields. But in combat, its concentrated nose-mounted firepower was devastating. More aerial victories were scored in this aircraft than any other fighter in history. Next, Focke-Wulf Fw 190. This was Germany's answer to the growing Allied threat. Built around a powerful radial engine, it emphasized pilot protection, heavy armament, and battlefield durability. When it first appeared over France in 1941, Allied pilots were stunned by its speed, roll rate, and sheer firepower. It excelled at low and medium altitudes, tearing through bombers and fighters alike. However, its performance dropped at higher altitudes, forcing Germany to later modify it into specialized variants. Moving on, Supermarine Spitfire. This became the symbol of British resistance. Designed with an elliptical wing that maximized lift and minimized drag, it was one of the most agile fighters ever built. During the Battle of Britain, it played a critical role in intercepting German fighters, while Hurricanes focused on bombers. Its greatest strength was adaptability. New engines, wings, and armament kept it relevant throughout the war. However, its limited range restricted its usefulness in long-range escort missions. Next, North American P-51 Mustang. This aircraft changed the air war over Europe permanently. Initially unimpressive, it became legendary once fitted with the Rolls-Royce Merlin engine. The Mustang combined high speed, excellent high-altitude performance, and unprecedented range, allowing it to escort bombers deep into Germany. This forced the Luftwaffe into constant combat, bleeding experienced pilots it could not replace. By 1944, the balance of air power had decisively shifted. Moving on, Mitsubishi A6M Zero. This was Japan's early war master of the skies. Designed for carrier warfare, it emphasized extreme maneuverability and long range, allowing it to strike far beyond expected limits. In 1941 and 1942, it outclassed most Allied fighters, dominating the Pacific through superior turning ability. However, this performance came at a cost: no armor protection and highly flammable fuel tanks. Once Allied pilots adapted their tactics, the Zero's weaknesses became fatal. Republic P-47 Thunderbolt. This was brute force in the air. One of the heaviest single-engine fighters ever built, it was powered by a massive turbo-supercharged engine that performed best at high altitude. The Thunderbolt could absorb extreme damage and still bring pilots home, earning fierce loyalty from its crews. Its 8 50-caliber machine guns made it devastating against both aircraft and ground targets. While it lacked the turning ability of lighter fighters, its dive speed and survivability made it lethal. Next, Yakovlev Yak-3. This was the Soviet Union's close-in killer. Designed for low-altitude combat over the Eastern Front, it was lightweight, fast, and brutally maneuverable. German pilots quickly learned that engaging it below 15,000 feet was a dangerous mistake. Its short range limited its operational flexibility, but within its combat zone, it dominated. It proved that simplicity and focus could defeat technical complexity. Moving on, Lavkachin La-7. This was the evolution of Soviet fighter design at its peak. Faster and more heavily armed than earlier models, it combined reliability with deadly firepower. It was particularly effective against late-war German fighters and bombers, often meeting them on equal or superior terms. The La-7 was flown by top Soviet aces, including Ivan Kozhedub, the highest-scoring Allied fighter pilot of the war. However, its wooden construction could suffer under harsh operating conditions. Next, Hawker Tempest. This was Britain's low-altitude executioner. Designed to counter fast German threats, it excelled in speed and acceleration near the ground. Armed with 4 powerful cannons, it was devastating in head-on attacks and interception roles. The Tempest became infamous for hunting V-1 flying bombs and dominating Focke-Wulf fighters late in the war. Its size and power came at the cost of agility, but in its role, it was unmatched. Moving on, Lockheed P-38 Lightning. This was one of the most unconventional fighters of the war. Its twin-engine, twin-boom design provided long-range, heavy firepower and excellent stability at high altitude. All of its weapons were concentrated in the nose, allowing deadly accuracy at distance. It excelled in the Pacific, where its range and reliability were critical, and it famously carried out the mission that killed Admiral Yamamoto. However, early versions suffered from high-altitude handling issues that required engineering solutions. These fighters were born from necessity, shaped by doctrine and refined through combat. Each one reflected a different philosophy: speed, firepower, maneuverability, or endurance, but all were pushed to their limits by the demands of total war. They determined who controlled the skies, and in doing so, who controlled the war itself. Their legacy lives on in modern air combat design, where lessons learned in World War II still influence fighter doctrine today. If you want more deep-dive documentaries on the machines that shaped history, subscribe and let us know which aircraft deserves its own dedicated episode next.